Right now at 6, an excess of items makes fighting a fire infidelity into a difficult and dangerous situation.
And we've got a chilly start to the day, warming up again. That's why that says warming up just like it did yesterday as temperatures continue to climb above average. I'll look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, citizen tips help police find a man suspected of hitting a deputy's patrol car.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News at 6 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is New Year's Eve, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve day. It is, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a good night. Pretty decent start to the new year. It's nice to wrap the year up on a positive note, at least from the weather side of things.
It just feels like 2025 has gone so quickly.
Every year, yeah, and I told you the other day, Lisa and I were talking about this, earlier this year. It seems like since the pandemic, every year has just gone by like that. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it just feels that way. I mean, obviously, time passes at the same rate it always has, but it just feels like the years are going by so quickly, and this one is coming to a close. Only a few more hours left. And it's going to be a really nice day out there. And we're going to start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. Now, some of us are somewhat cold this morning, but we're all still, or nearly all of us at least, are still warmer than yesterday. It looks good, clear skies downtown Pittsburgh. And I love the outside lights now here on the new College of Business that they've been building in downtown Pittsburgh. We've been watching this. I like those kinds of lights. I'm weird. I like architectural things, and those are nice. And it looks nice. It's come along quite nice. Great addition to downtown. Clear skies overhead, always a great addition. Our camera, 7th and range line, clear skies out there as well. And as we head to the KDOT camera, 69, 400, and 171 looking east. And it looks good so far. Nothing on the road, nor will there be anything on the road today. Last stop, MoDOT camera, 20th and range line in Joplin. No one on the road. Which is eerie. It's always so eerie in the morning. All these years, I still haven't quite gotten used to how empty the streets are, on the drive here. Because then when you drive back, cars everywhere. And then you miss the morning drive when there was no one there. All right, 28 in Joplin right now, 25 in Pittsburgh. Across the region, we've got a pretty good mix of temperatures. We've got low mid-20s out there. But then take a look at the differences. It's 23 in Neodesha, and then just over to Chanute, it's 31. And then we head out to the east. We got upper 20s and some low 30s out there. So again, it is a cold start to the day. Some of us, like Parsons, for example, a little below normal out there, but all of us warmer than yesterday. Now, Grove's only about 5 degrees warmer or so, but take a look. The rest of us here, we're 10 to 15, almost 20 degrees warmer now than where we were this time 24 hours ago, and that warming trend continues. Clear skies out there. Watch the clock, because that's really about the only way you're going to know the future track is moving, because I'm pressing the button. There's just nothing going on today. It's a great end to the year with those clear skies. West winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We're going to go low 30s by 9, upper 40s by noon. Our highs today into the low to mid 50s. We'll break down your New Year's Eve forecast, some of the rain chances we have this week, and take a look at the weekend here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Firefighters respond to reports of a structure fire in Fidelity, Missouri yesterday. Authorities say it was a cooking fire that quickly spread throughout the home. Due to the large number of items in the yard, firefighters were unable to park their trucks on the property and had to fight the fire from a neighboring residence. Fire crews were also unable to enter the home due to the many items that had caught fire inside. Firefighters cut a hole in the side of the house to access the inside with water. The single male resident made it out safely, and the Red Cross is assisting the displaced individual. Well, Cherokee County Sheriff's deputies need your help identifying suspects in a string of post office burglaries. 3 post offices were hit on December 16th, Weir, West Mineral, and Scammon. Surveillance video shows a white SUV and 2 suspects hitting a Weir post office just before midnight. That same vehicle appears at West Mineral around 11 p.m. that same night. The Scammon office was burglarized on the 16th or 17th. Investigators are asking anyone who recognizes the white SUV or saw suspicious activity to contact the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. Well, the Missouri State Auditor's Office is investigating claims that $184,000 is missing from the city of Goodman. Goodman's police chief requested the investigation after alleging the money disappeared from city accounts, but Mayor Clay Sexton disputes that claim. In a Facebook post, Sexton blames accounting software problems for creating the appearance of missing funds. Sexton says the city switched accounting systems earlier this year and experienced technical issues, including power surges and lightning strikes that corrupted financial data. The mayor insists all money has been accounted for and welcomes the state investigation. The auditor's office has not set a timeline for completing its review. Earlier this month, a Neosho County deputy's patrol vehicle was struck head-on while legally parked off the roadway. The driver went off center and hit the patrol unit. The deputy radioed in and activated emergency lights, but the vehicle's battery was damaged, delaying video retrieval until yesterday. The suspect, Jeremy Borton of Buffalo, Kansas, was arrested on multiple charges. We'll take a look at some more scary close calls along the roadside. Nearly 110 million Americans are hitting the roads this holiday season, but many drivers aren't following slow down, move over laws meant to protect roadside workers and emergency responders. And these camera clips show what can happen. Despite all 50 states having these laws, nearly 4 in 10 drivers failed to comply, putting lives at risk. Last year, 46 emergency responders were killed roadside, with 31 more already lost in 2025. Experts say distracted driving and weak enforcement made the problem worse, and speeding remains a deadly factor. Our stories are often discovered by you, our viewers. We invite you to share your news tips with us. Scan the QR code and you'll be taken to a form where you can submit a tip quickly and easily. Thank you for being a part of the story. A Missouri regulatory agency faces one more delay in its investigation of Liberty Utilities. The Missouri Public Service Commission has pushed back the deadline for completing its Liberty Utilities investigation to February 27th, nearly a year after it began. Originally set to wrap up last September, the probe has been delayed due to ongoing data reviews and numerous requests. The investigation stems from complaints about Liberty's electric, gas, and water services. Staff, Liberty officials, and the Public Counsel have been meeting monthly to assess billing and customer service. President Trump says the U.S. struck a dock inside of Venezuela that he says was used to load drugs onto boats. The intensification includes another strike on a vessel in the Pacific. CBS's Aaron Navarro reports from the White House.
President Trump is spending the day golfing on his winter break in South Florida, just after revealing a U.S. strike that targeted an alleged drug operation on the Venezuela coast. It's the first time the U.S. has disclosed an attack in the country.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats and now we hit the area.
The president would not say who carried out the attack. U.S. Special Operations says it was not involved, and the CIA declined to comment. The U.S. is beefing up its military presence in the Caribbean as it ratchets up pressure on Venezuela.
They've sent billions of dollars of drugs in, but maybe just as bad, they've sent hundreds of thousands of people in from jails, from prisons, from mental institutions and insane asylums.
The U.S. military also announced a separate strike on a boat allegedly transporting drugs in the Eastern Pacific Monday, killing 2 people. It's the 30th such attack since early September. President Trump has prioritized foreign affairs during the holiday break, meeting with the leaders of Ukraine and Israel during the past couple of days at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. His teams are now moving ahead with further negotiations. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed optimism about the Gaza peace plan moving forward, winning him some praise back home.
I think it's important to us to be in good relationship with the United States.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky told reporters he'll meet with European leaders in early January. A U.S. summit is also possible next month in Washington. Aaron Navarro, CBS News, the White House.
Iran has also figured into President Trump's international focus, giving his support to Israel to attack if the country rebuilds its nuclear program. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. 2025 delivered devastating wildfires and tragic plane crashes among its biggest stories. A look back at the news events that shaped America this year. Plus, Runaway stars Ruth Jones and James Nesbitt share simple hopes for 2026. And warming up as we head into the new year, Chris has a look at your forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch 2025 got off to a tragic start with a deadly New Year's Day terror attack in New Orleans. Just about a week later, catastrophic wildfires devastated Los Angeles. As Bradley Blackburn shows us, that was only the start of news stories that made national headlines this year.
Deadly flash flooding in central Texas killed more than 130 people in July, including 27 young campers and counselors at an all-girls Christian camp.
When I think about the trauma and fear that our girls endured, it makes me physically ill.
Wildfires in Los Angeles and neighboring areas burned for weeks in January, causing dozens of deaths and massive destruction.
We never imagined something like this happening, wiping out our entire community.
Wildfires during the summer destroyed historic buildings at the Grand Canyon. Let's roll. A pickup truck plowed into a crowd of revelers in New Orleans on New Year's Day, killing 14 people in what the FBI said was a deadly terror attack committed by an Army veteran.
He was 100% inspired by ISIS.
A gunman opened fire at a Midtown Manhattan office building where the NFL is headquartered, killing 4, including a police officer. 2 Catholic school children were killed in a shooting at their church in Minneapolis.
Calls from Brown University, they're reporting an active shooter.
Police linked a gunman who killed 2 Brown University students during final exams to the murder of an MIT professor. A young couple who worked for the Israeli embassy was gunned down, leaving the Capitol Jewish Museum, and an Egyptian national firebombed a pro-Israel demonstration in Boulder, Colorado.
Both the helicopter and the plane crashed in the river.
In January, a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter and American Eagle regional jet collided over the Potomac River near Reagan National Airport, killing 67 people. In November, a UPS cargo plane crashed shortly after takeoff in Louisville, Kentucky, killing 15 people. 10 inmates who escaped from the Orleans Parish Prison were all eventually recaptured after months on the run. Brian Koberger accepted a plea deal in exchange for life in prison for the 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students.
You're a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months behind bars after being convicted of prostitution charges, but he was acquitted of more serious charges, including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking.
These defendants...
The FBI announced the arrests of dozens of people, including current NBA players and a coach, in connection to investigations into alleged betting and poker schemes. It took him 11 years, but Rory McIlroy finally completed golf's Grand Slam when he won the Masters in April, becoming only the 6th player to do it. In hockey, the Washington Capitals' Alex Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's NHL record for most career goals scored.
Splashdown, Crew 9, back on Earth.
Astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams finally made it home after their 8-day mission in space turned into 9 months. And finally, Dictionary.com's word of the year is 6'7".
6'7".
It doesn't seem to mean anything, but that didn't stop kids and teens from making it 2025's viral sensation. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Join us tonight when we take a look back at the people we lost during 2025. Still to come, knowing which winter virus you have makes all the difference in treatment. Plus, arming up as we head into the new year. Chris has a look at your Wednesday forecast. Stranger Things takes over the Vegas Strip, and the CBS rings in the new year with a big party in Nashville tonight. Gwen Baumgarten has your Eye on Entertainment report.
Comedian Bert Kreischer and country music star Hardy are set to host New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash, tonight on CBS. The entertainment special will feature performances from some of country music's biggest stars, including Dierks Bentley, Bailey Zimmerman, and Gretchen Wilson. Wilson says she's excited to perform at home in Nashville.
This is going to sound crazy, but it's always nice to play at home. Nashville is incredible because there's so much talent. I mean, not just in country music. We have people from every genre, every walk of life.
New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash, airs tonight on CBS and Paramount+.
1, 2, 3.
Author Harlan Coben is back with another hit book turned on-screen series. Netflix thriller Runaway follows a father's search for his missing daughter, whose boyfriend is found murdered.
Paige couldn't have done this.
No, but you could have.
Actors Ruth Jones and James Nesbitt star in the series. Despite the complicated characters they portray, here are some of their simple hopes for 2026.
Oh, it'd be nice for everybody to calm down in the world, wouldn't it?
Personally, I would like to, keep working professionally. I'd like to kind of still keep getting away with it and keep being challenged. And yes, I'd like people to be safe and kind to each other.
Runaway comes out tomorrow on Netflix. And Stranger Things mania isn't just taking over screens, it's taking over the skies. This was the scene in Las Vegas over the weekend as 5,000 drones and pyrotechnics provided overhead choreography.
We in Las Vegas on the roof! Keep 'em up, keep 'em up!
The Vegas-worthy show comes ahead of the series' final episode. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, it seems like a lot of great options to help ring in the new year. Well, now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, again, we've got a bit of a chilly start to the day. Most of us, though, above normal. Temperatures continuing to climb as we head into the afternoon. Got a pretty nice way to wrap up the new year. Clouds tomorrow, maybe some showers. We'll break it all down for you when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now is 6:21. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:23 on this Wednesday morning, the last day of 2025. Here we go, getting ready to settle into the new year. And after all of 2025, all the severe weather we had earlier this year, and the severe weather we had at odd times too, times of the day, we usually get it in the evenings and stuff, and times and morning times on, and everything else, the extreme cold and the gusty winds. We're going to end the year on a really nice note. Clear skies out there today. West winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The future track is moving. It's just there's not a lot taking place on it. As we go overnight and into the new year, looks to be good. Bit chilly. Still want a jacket or maybe a coat, depending on what your cold tolerance is. But we are going to be dry, clear skies. Clouds increase for a bit in the morning hours on our Thursday, so as we start the new year. And then we're looking at some days. It looks like the clouds may break up momentarily in the afternoon, but as we head back into the evening, we'll see clouds begin to increase again. And I want to emphasize, because sprinkles, it's one of those things Future Track has a hard time with. So I put on the one that shows where rain's possible. So it's not a bunch of rain here. It's just rain is possible in that zone. That's why it also disappears. Could get a sprinkle or two late tomorrow evening. Not much expected. Now, I've combined that same one with the one that narrows it down to like actual showers or storms. And you'll see there is not a lot of agreement. So this is the one with an actual shower. This is saying rain's possible in that area. We could get some showers throughout the day on our Friday, but there's not a lot of agreement as to exactly where they're going to be. So they're going to be isolated. I do believe most of us will remain dry, but do not be surprised if you get caught under a brief shower or two as you go through Friday across the region with otherwise mostly cloudy to cloudy skies. As for this morning, clear skies out there, upper 20s to start, low 40s by 11 o'clock this morning. We're looking at highs eventually into the low to mid 50s. As I mentioned, those west winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Through the evening hours, clear skies continue. Overnight lows back around the mid 30s with calm winds. So breaking down your New Year's Eve forecast, again, celebrate responsibly, because we still want to see you here tomorrow, or if you sleep in, that's all right. We'll forgive you that time, but we'll see you Friday, right? But make sure you are celebrating safely, responsibly, if you can even stay up to midnight. You reach a certain point, you can't. We're looking at mid 40s, 8, 10 o'clock, low 40s, upper 30s as we hit the new year, and temperatures will continue to gradually drop back until we reach our lows heading into early New Year's Day. Now, tomorrow we're looking at highs into the mid 50s, mid upper 50s Friday, a little cooler Saturday still, that little boundary comes through. We start warming up, upper 50s, low mid 60s next week, and Thursday, as I've mentioned, you probably heard me talk about, there's already stuff on social media from these people who aren't actual, trained weather professionals, and they're all going on about next week. I'm going to tell you, yes, we are getting some signals in the long-range data that we may have some strong to potentially severe thunderstorm chances next Thursday. It is still way too far away to be very specific, and there's going to be a lot that's going to change between here and there. We know we're getting showers and storms. We have a front coming through. It's going to drop our temperatures for us, but in terms of a severe threat, it is way too early to say for sure exactly how it'll play out. But we're letting you know now that we're at least keeping an eye on next Thursday. And again, between here and there, great opportunities with nice weather to get those Christmas lights taken back down. That's a check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Now that we're in the depths of winter, several cold and flu viruses are spreading. Freeman Hospital ER resident physician Dr. Abdullah El Sayad says that they've seen various flu viruses and RSV, especially among kids. Knowing the specific illness can help to determine how to treat it.
If you're coughing without any significant shortness of breath, that's a good sign. If you're coughing with shortness of breath and you started coughing up blood after 10 days, then you need to come and see us.
Keep in mind to keep others around you safe as well. Wear a mask if you can, keep your distance, and wash your hands. For people in desperate need of a kidney transplant, where they live can mean the difference between life and death. A study published in JAMA found that people living in disadvantaged neighborhoods have a much lower chance of receiving a kidney transplant. The disparities are even more pronounced among people of color and people living in suburbs or rural areas. Adults who survive childhood cancer may face more neurocognitive challenges earlier in life. A study published in JAMA found that childhood cancer survivors experienced brain aging 6 years faster than people who didn't have cancer. Researchers say the accelerated brain aging may be due to radiation treatments received during childhood. You're often told to eat more protein, but experts say you're probably already getting enough. An AP report found as long as you're eating enough food, most people are getting enough protein. But most of us could benefit from eating more fiber. Nutritionists say the best way to add fiber to your diet is by eating more fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Well, dogs aren't just man's best friend. For thousands of Americans who rely on service animals, they're a lifeline. Gwen Baumgarten reports from Oceanside, California, where one organization is urgently working to fetch more volunteers as the wait list for service dogs continues to grow nationwide.
Magic Heel. Meet Magic, a precocious pup on the path to become a service dog.
The dogs can do things like open doors, pick up items. Our PTSD service dogs also interrupt nightmares. They can turn on lights in a room.
Paige Mazzoni leads Canine Companions, a nonprofit that trains and provides service dogs free of charge, with a wait list of up to 2 years. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans live with a disability, but less than 1% have a service dog.
Yes, good girl.
At Canine Companions, Mazzoni says there's not a lack of teachable pups, there's a lack of puppy raisers.
We get them at 8 weeks. They are tiny. This one was a little fluff ball.
Puppy raisers are people like Mary Siegel, who foster future service dogs for a little over a year.
Good.
One of the most important roles of a puppy raiser is exposing their dog to new environments. Parks, restaurants, places with crowds, something that their dog might have to navigate as a service dog.
Volunteers take them home as puppies, but give the dogs back when they're old enough for formal training.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's one of the hardest things that you'll do. It was really the beginning of something much bigger.
Natalie News leads this California training center and says the volunteer shortage is a growing national crisis.
We can't function without them. We need puppy raisers to be able to fulfill our mission, and so they are the heroes for us, for sure.
Magic. The puppy raisers often say, be careful. If you raise a puppy, the life you change might be your own. Very good.
There's something pretty magical about that. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Oceanside, California.
There are several organizations across the country, in addition to Canine Companions, that train and provide service dogs. Nonprofits like Paws for Purple Hearts and Guide Dogs for the Blind, they also urgently need puppy raisers. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, after more than 100 years in business, Knott's Grocery Store in Miami, Oklahoma is shutting its doors.
And we've got clear skies out there. Temperatures will warm up even more so today as we wrap up 2025. Look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, Hot Wheels and race cars help honor the young victim's memory.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:33. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is New Year's Eve day, December the 31st. We are down to the last hours of 2025, and hopefully you've got your resolution set and you're ready for the new year. You're going to ring it in responsibly, of course. Yes. It's almost here.
It's almost here, and we've talked quite a bit about setting attainable goals.
Yes.
This year, my main goal is trying to train my cat to not destroy our wool dryer balls, because you know what, that's going to help benefit my life, but it feels achievable. It feels achievable. We'll see how successful.
Look, you and I, we both have had plenty of cats in our lives, separately here, and I think you and I both know very well, and some of you at home probably know pretty well too, that cats are buttholes. They don't care. You can certainly try. I know some of them are trainable. I'm just saying they don't really care so much about being trained, but maybe you'll be successful, and that'll be something we can talk about next year.
If nothing else, maybe my resolution should be more patient as I attempt this.
Yeah, probably so. Well, whatever your resolution is, as we mentioned, hopefully it's something attainable. Don't go all wild and crazy. Go with something you could achieve through the year, not something you feel like you've got to get achieved in the first 2 weeks. It's not going to work out. And if you are celebrating again tonight, do so responsibly. And if you're working today, I know many folks are, it's going to be a pretty decent day out there. We're going to start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh, where skies are clear. Get some daylight out there now as we get closer to sunrise across the 4 states. We're heading over to our camera 7th and Range line in Joplin, and it's looking good as well. A few more folks on the roadways here. KDOT camera 69 and 400 looking east along 171. Got some folks out there already this morning, and of course more folks will be heading out later. Same from the MoDOT camera 20th and Range line in Joplin, looking good so far. Temperatures, it's chilly. Some of us at or a little below normal this morning, but we're all warmer for the most part than where we were yesterday. 28 in Joplin, 25 in Pittsburgh, and across the region we have got 20s and 30s with the exception now of Miami. You've dropped down to 18 degrees this morning, so well below normal there. Getting to be as cold, but then you look up the road, it's 10 degrees warmer in Joplin, same in Neosho. We've got similar differences. Neodesha to Chanute, 22 to 31, but we're in, most of us, into the 20s and some low 30s out there, with Cassville right now is the warm spot sitting at 32 degrees. But as I mentioned, all of us are warmer. Now in Miami, Grove, you're not much warmer than yesterday, but you are warmer. The rest of us, though, look at these numbers, 10, 15, almost 20 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago, and that warming trend continues into the afternoon. Future track, it is moving. It's just there's nothing really out there. We'll have west winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour and clear skies as we head through the afternoon, evening, and overnight as well. We're looking at the low 30s by 9, upper 40s by noon, and our highs a little above average out there, low to mid 50s, and again, west winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We're going to have a look at your New Year's Eve forecast. We'll break it down for you tonight and how 2026 is going to start off here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. The city of Pittsburgh is partnering with local churches to offer warming centers for those who need them. The temporary centers open when the temperature is below 20 degrees overnight. They do not offer laundry or showers, but they are a place for people to get out of the cold. A Kansas community came together to remember a young life yesterday. A memorial parade was held in Pleasanton for 13-year-old Aaron Andula on Main Street after his body was discovered in Bates County, Missouri last Monday. Participants brought motorcycles, race cars, big rigs, and lifted trucks to reflect Aaron's passion for Hot Wheels. The touching tribute passed the funeral home in a show of community support. Well, after more than 100 years in business, Knott's grocery store in Miami is closing. KOAM's Blake Goley spoke with the owner and community members about the memories made inside the family-owned store.
If you grew up in Miami, you know about Knott's. If you grew up in Ottawa County, you know about Knott's Grocery.
The family-owned grocery store has been a staple in Miami for generations, holding memories for countless families.
And it's a sad day for me because, again, I grew up with my grandfather who's passed away coming here. My dad brought me here. I brought my grandkids here, my kids. It's kind of a family tradition to come to Knott's.
Over the years, the store has welcomed customers from across the country and even overseas, including a couple who share the Knott last name.
We even had a couple come in probably 8-9 years ago, and they were from England. I forget what town, but their last name was Knott, N-O-T-T also, and so they didn't know whether they, through ancestry, were related or not, and we never checked on it, but like I say, many people have come in local, out of state, out of the country.
These shelves have served the community for over 100 years. And while customers remember the deli and familiar faces, for the owner, this moment is about the legacy his family began generations ago.
We only lived a block and a half away from here, and I was down here every day. If I wasn't in school, I was here at the store watching TV or just running around drinking soda pop and eating candy. And I asked my grandpa, "Grandpa, can I have a Coke? Can I have a candy?" "Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead." So anyway, it's fantastic, and I've had 72 years of great times. Very lucky.
The residents of Miami say they are grateful for the impact the Knott family has had on the community. Reported in Miami, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Coming up, U.S. corporate bankruptcies surged to the highest level since 2010, with more than 700 companies filing through November. Plus, the cost of new and used cars might surprise you. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. In Consumer Watch, new data from SP Global Market Intelligence shows 717 U.S. companies filed for bankruptcy through November 2025, the highest number since 2010 and a 14% jump over last year. The report says companies like 23andMe, Rite Aid, Hooters, and Spirit Airlines were among those that went under. Experts blame rising costs, tighter credit, and trade policies for driving bankruptcies, with manufacturing, construction, and transportation sectors hit the hardest. If you're in the market for a new or used car, listen up. A rising number of Americans, 28%, now have auto loans worth more than the value of their vehicle. Those high costs mean it's more important than ever to extend the life of your car. Reporter Kelly O'Grady spoke with a mechanic to get tips to help prevent an expensive fix.
Prices on new and used cars are near record highs. The average sticker price for a new set of wheels is above $51,000, up $10,000 from 5 years ago. A 3-year-old vehicle will cost you on average $31,000, up from $24,000. Even the cost of repairs have increased by 38% since 2021.
Now, there are ways to make your car last longer and stave off some of those costly repairs. So with me is Audra Forden. She's the owner of Great Bear Auto Shop in Queens, New York. So first off, why does it cost so much more now to repair your car?
Well, cars used to be mechanical, but now they're electronic. And between service intervals, it lasts a lot longer, but it's still electronics are a lot more expensive.
That's why she says it's as important as ever to pay attention to dashboard warnings.
When you see any yellow lights on your dashboard, you need to schedule an appointment for maintenance. The red lights, your car needs help. It's like screaming at you when it's blinking to let you know that something urgent needs attention.
Forden says most vehicles should go in for preventative maintenance every 5,000 miles. Save yourself some money with a DIY oil check.
You're going to just pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean so that you have a clean finish, and then you're going to put it back in all the way, and then you're going to take it out. It's the second time that you're really going to pay attention and see where the oil is on the dipstick.
And even if it's full, if the oil is brown and dirty, it's time to replace it. Look for corrosion on the battery, and don't forget the air filter.
What about repairs on either electric cars or hybrids?
They're still cars. So they still need maintenance. They still need air filters. They still need coolant.
How do you know when you've got a trustworthy mechanic? Are there any red flags if you don't?
Trust your instincts. If you're bringing your vehicle in for a safety recall, that should be a free repair. If during that time they come to you with a laundry list of thousands of dollars that services that need to be repaired, I would go for a second opinion.
And ask your mechanic to show you what they say needs fixing.
Even if you don't understand exactly what's going on, you'll be able to tell if something is leaking or broken.
Some simple ways to get more money and miles out of your set of wheels.
Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, New York.
That's it for Consumer Watch. And now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. We are chilly, though, but warming up this afternoon. Great way to wrap up the new year. We're going to have a full look at your forecast when we come back. All right, time for some Wednesday birthdays, starting in Pittsburgh with Oakland O'Banion celebrating birthday number 4. Says happy birthday to our little New Year's Eve.
And in Nevada, Missouri, Julie Pettibon is celebrating birthday number 11. Happy birthday, Julie.
Over to Coffeyville for Arabella Sky Hines celebrating number 13. Says have a wonderful birthday. Love, Mama.
And in Altamont, Kansas, Gwen Argabright is celebrating birthday number 27. Happy birthday, Gwen.
And heading to Oswego for Kinsey Cowan, celebrating birthday number 32 today. Says sending birthday wishes and lots of love from Mom and Dana.
And in Pittsburgh, Kansas, Pastor Nate Gillen is celebrating birthday number 40 today. It says happy birthday from all your church family at Meadowside Baptist Church.
And to Joplin we go for Kurt Krumsick, celebrating birthday number 60 today. Happy birthday.
And Charles Tillman is celebrating birthday number 68. A very happy birthday to you, Charles.
And we've got Jason and Kara Hayslip celebrating their first anniversary in Webb City. So a very happy anniversary to the Hayslips and many more to come.
And in Crestline, a couple who has a few more years on them, Jim and Judy Ganaway are celebrating their 55th anniversary. A very happy anniversary to them.
And last but certainly not least, we've got Bonnie Baker in Parsons celebrating another year wiser. And of course, it says we love you from Grandma Bon Bon. A very happy birthday and anniversary to everybody out there. And if you'd like to celebrate with us, Samantha has some information for you.
Yes, they should pay attention to this email they can see on their screen right now. It's birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. That's where they can send those birthdays, those anniversaries, the pictures they want us to include. But you also need to pay attention to that deadline you can see on your screen, so that way we can make sure we get it in plenty of time to be able to celebrate you on your special day.
That's very important information there. And if you are working today, because again, I know, the Christmas Eve, man, we're going back in time. New Year's Eve is not really recognized as a holiday, which I honestly think that New Year's Eve and New Year's Day should be recognized as a holiday. Same for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, honestly, because you got to have prep time, right? You don't get much if you got to work, but it's going to be a good day to head out, and it's going to be a pretty nice New Year's Eve as well. Starting with the future track, though, for today, nothing really happening. We've got clear skies, west winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. If you're heading out to celebrate, as we've mentioned more than once, please celebrate responsibly tonight, because if you stay up all night, then you'll catch us again at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and if you don't, we'll forgive the sleeping in, and we'll see you Friday. We want to make sure that you're still able to join us, so please celebrate responsibly tonight. Have a good time, but be safe, be smart. Now, as we head into the first day of the new year, clouds begin to increase in the morning. However, they look to break up a bit by the afternoon, at least momentarily. But as we get into the evening again, clouds will return, and we could get an isolated sprinkle or two. That's why that disappears. That's why it's over a broad area, that's the particular part of the future track that highlights a region where rain is possible, but it doesn't necessarily mean rain's all over the place. And so a sprinkle or two will be possible late Thursday. It's going to be heading into Friday that we could get some isolated showers. And this is a combination of, this is an actual model showing a shower here in Lynn County. But this side is showing where rain could be. So you see, there's not much agreement. So any showers we get are going to be widely scattered, somewhat isolated, and I think most of us will remain dry as we head through Friday, but you could get caught under a stray shower or two as we head through the day on Friday. At sunrise, starting to look beautiful out there, 7th and range line. We've got the clear skies starting in the upper 20s, making it to the low 40s by 11 a.m. as temperatures continue to climb above normal into the afternoon. We're going to have another look at your forecast and, of course, break down that New Year's Eve forecast for you and have your wake-up recap. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to take a look back at some of the top news stories of 2025. That and more at 7 a.m.
This is your wake-up recap for December 31st. Your top stories to start your day. Firefighters in Fidelity, Missouri responded to a house fire yesterday that started in the kitchen and quickly spread. The large amount of debris in the yard and inside the home forced crews to fight the fire from a neighboring property and cut through the side of the house to get water inside. The male resident escaped safely, and the Red Cross is now assisting him. Cherokee County deputies are looking for suspects in 3 post office burglaries on December 16th. A white SUV and 2 people were seen on camera at the Weir and West Mineral locations that night, with the Skaman office hit between the 16th and 17th. Anyone with information or who recognizes the vehicle is asked to contact the sheriff's office. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And again, a warm wrap-up for 2025. Low mid-50s, clear skies, west winds 5 to 10. Clear skies through the evening hours as well, eventually eventually back into the mid-30s with calm winds. Celebrate responsibly this evening, but if you are, grab a jacket or a coat. We're going to fall back. We're in the mid-40s through 10, low 40s, some upper 30s as we bring in the new year. Temperatures, of course, continue to drop as we head toward the start of the new year there. Increasing clouds tomorrow, maybe a sprinkle or two, mid-50s. Same on Friday, but a few isolated showers, a little cooler Saturday, much warmer next week, and of course keeping an eye on some thunderstorm chances next Thursday. Still pretty far out, but it is something that we are watching with that system.
But overall, pretty nice weather for New Year's Eve, you know, especially if people are out celebrating, nice and clear.
Certainly so. And I there's something that's got to be taken care of very quickly. We got we've got all new lights in our studio now, all new lights. All the old ones are gone. The old ones, some of them ran on this thing that had a very loud fan, and so you could hear it. Now it's silent down here. And I cannot deal with the silence. It is so quiet in here. So I'm going to bring a box fan down, I think, for tomorrow. That can bring that noise.
You so often fill the silence yourself with ramblings and Star Trek facts.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. Whether you knew it or not, I've got information you didn't know you needed to know.
Well, and information that, you know, we hope you know now is coming up today at noon. We're making easy eggs Benedict in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news, of course, continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. The Emmy Award-winning medical series The Pit is returning for season 2 ahead on CBS Mornings. Dr. John LaPook takes a tour, of the set with actor Noah Wiley.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, Wendy Powell joins us for Wildcat Wednesday, telling us more about cattle body scoring and the upcoming calving school held by the K-State Research and Extension Office.
Plus, 2025 was certainly a year for the record books, and while we prepare for the new year, we're going to take a look back at some of the top news stories that shaped 2025. However, that's going to wrap it up for us for now, and of course you can't do this. Can't get away without the cheesy line of, we'll see you next year at 5 a.m.
But we'll still see you today in 2025 at noon.